Hi, my name's Brittany. I'm a personal trainer. I am 2 months away from getting my bachelor's in exercise science. I've been training people for about 4 years now. And one of the most common questions that I get is, how can I get started? How do I get back into a routine? So I figured I would make a video on how to get started, how to build a foundation. So what we're gonna do in this video is I'm gonna help you come up with a self-made plan so that you can leave with something to go off of and you can get started or get back into your routine. First things first, obviously we need to have a goal. So maybe it's something like weight loss, body recomposition, maybe you're just trying to get healthier. Having a specific goal is going to be really helpful because it's going to be like your finish line. It's going to be something that you're looking forward to when you're feeling really unmotivated, when you want to quit. You're always going to have that goal to look forward to and be like, no, I want to be there. That is my goal, so I'm going to keep moving forward to get there. When you're getting started, I think it's really important to set a timeline. I like to set a timeline of 4 to 6 weeks for new clients. After the 4 to 6 weeks is up, then you can reassess after it's passed. But just start with something like 4 to 6 weeks. 6 weeks flies by very quickly, especially when you're starting out with something. The focus of those first 4 to 6 weeks should be consistency. The reason that I say to focus on consistency for the first 4 to 6 weeks is because we're working on building habits. If you have this pressure to lose weight, gain muscle, hit X amount of progress, if this is something that you're getting into for the first time or you're picking a routine back up, that can be a lot of pressure. If you can take the pressure off of yourself in that sense of I have to make this amount of progress in this amount of weeks and just focus on I'm just going to be consistent in these ways, it's way more manageable and it will help build your foundation as you're looking to progress or hit your goals. So what that looks like is you're hitting boxes every day. You're hitting these little check boxes of things you need to do each day, each week. At the end of your 4 to 6 weeks, you can look back and be like, how consistent was I actually? I really like this method because I like the idea that you earn your progressions. If you can't show that you're consistent enough to get the basics down, to set your foundation, how can I trust that you will be consistent enough in order to see the progress that you want for your own goals? Because this is not an easy thing, especially if you're building up new habits, if this is something you've never done before, if you're getting back into the gym, it can be a lot. So you have to show that you have some kind of consistency. From there, you can set weekly goals that have to do with your hydration, sleep, nutrition, and exercise. You can make your grocery goal, your hydration goal. You can decide how often you want to get to the gym. 3 to 4 times a week is a good place to start. And from there, you can start to make your daily checklist. Your daily checklist is going to depend on how new you are or if you're getting back into a routine. So somebody who's a complete beginner will have a different checklist than somebody who maybe they're getting back into a routine, they were an athlete, they've already done this before. So somebody who's a complete beginner might be increasing your water take daily. You might be just adding more protein into each meal, adding in more fruits and vegetables, maybe less processed foods, more whole foods, more quality foods, only eating out 2 times a week, and maybe exercising for about 30 minutes each day or 30 minutes 3 times a week. If you're somebody who's getting back into it, your goals each day can be a little bit more progressed compared to somebody who's brand new. For example, you can do half a gallon to a gallon of water each day. You can be meal prepping, you can be tracking food, you can get to the gym 4 times a week, you can get 10K steps in. But these goals are not mutually exclusive to one group or the other. They can intersect, meaning if you're a complete beginner but you have the capacity to be able to try tracking food or get to the gym 4 times a week, then you can absolutely do that. Your daily goals should be manageable and realistic. If you're somebody who's brand new to this and you're setting up goals for yourself that look like something a bodybuilder would do, you might need to pull it back down. The reason that I say this is if you keep your goals realistic to you and your schedule and your lifestyle and they're manageable, you're more likely to follow through. This is the key. When we're starting up a routine, when we're getting into something that we want to make part of our lifestyle, our ability to adhere to those daily tasks is going to be key in you actually sticking with it. So if you're setting expectations way up here for yourself from the get-go, you might find yourself falling short. But if we're keeping it manageable to begin with, we can just build off of it. That's totally okay. You can start slow and build up. In fact, I would really recommend that you start slow and build up. It's better to add things on instead of taking stuff away because you're feeling so overwhelmed. When we're feeling overwhelmed, we want to back out of things very quickly. So Set yourself up for success by making it manageable for you. When you're doing your daily goals, I really recommend that you get it done in the morning or you get it done as early as possible. This is especially true if this is something new to your schedule. Get it done in the morning so it's out of the way and it's already checked off of your to-do list. Making a plan or planning ahead is always going to help you when it comes to achieving goals. If you're going to get groceries, having a list is very helpful to make sure that you're getting the things that you need. If you're going to the gym and you go in with a plan of the things you know that you need to do, that's going to be much more helpful than you going in feeling really intimidated, not really knowing what to do, trying to have to guess, you feel a little embarrassed, and then you feel like you don't really get the work in that you want to. But if you come prepared, it's like you can follow it like a plan. At the end of your 4 to 6 weeks, you can go over how consistent you were, you can see how well you did, and then from there you can start to increase in progressions, you can start adding more goals, and then you can start to aim for actual progress towards your goal. So if you're looking to lose weight, then you can actually say, okay, I'm looking to lose 1 to 2 pounds a week. If you're looking to grow in terms of strength or muscle, you can start saying, I want to grow by this much each week in terms of how much weight I lift, or I want to see if I can notice any muscular changes within X amount of weeks. Earn your progressions. A lot of people want to get started and they want to heap everything onto their plate because they think they're just in such a rush to get to their goals. But if you don't have the foundation down, if you don't have your basics down, you're not going to be able to get there because you're going to feel overwhelmed. It's a long game, it's a marathon, and that's okay. I'd rather it take you longer in the beginning instead of even longer total time because you keep messing up, you keep feeling overwhelmed, and you're just not actually making any progress towards your goal. Some advice I would like to give you as somebody who's just getting started or getting back into your routine: don't get caught up in the nuances. And don't get caught up in what people are trying to sell you. People are going to throw out a lot of solutions to your problems, and they're preying on your insecurities and your ignorance of how all of this works. A lot of supplements or protocols that people are going to throw out, or they claim to have helped them in their weight loss or their muscle gains, might be really misleading, especially if they're ones that are too good to be true. So when people are trying to sell you stuff like fat burners, taking apple cider vinegar shots, having green supplements, that's a really big one right now, using waist trainers, trying to sweat as much as you can, or avoiding and cutting out very specific foods, it's really easy to get caught up in the excitement of something that seems too good to be true, especially when the person trying to sell it to you is very convincing and they genuinely seem to believe that it worked for them. But first things first, correlation does not mean causation, meaning just because they think it helped them with weight loss doesn't mean it actually helped them with weight loss. In those moments of excitement or even desperation, take a moment to yourself, take a step back. Are you doing everything that you need to be doing? How long has it actually been? Has it only been a week? Only 2 weeks? Maybe we need to slow down and wait so that actual time can pass before we can see some progress. Recognize where you're at in your game. If you're just starting, if you don't have your foundation down, it's not time to reach for the extra stuff yet. Just ask questions, make sure that it's in your best interest, not something that seems like a quick fix. Don't assume something's going to work just because it sounds like it's going to work. And the same thing goes for training. If you're somebody who really wants to get into the gym, you're getting back into your lift sessions, and you're getting really focused on the details and the nuances and he said, she said, this works, that works, this doesn't work, this works. Again, take a breath. You can get into those nitty-gritty details if you want to, but unless you're a fitness professional, you don't have to concern yourself too much with those details and the sciences behind it all. That's where having a coach can be really helpful and really valuable, so you can ask them questions, you can ask them why they're doing certain things, or if you're just not sure if your form is right, if you're doing enough sets and reps, or if you're like, how much weight do I even pick up? How do I know that I'm doing everything right? Having a coach can be really helpful there. I'm planning on making a video soon to help with questions like that. If you have any specific ones, you can go ahead and drop them in the comments below. But for your first month, just focus on getting the consistency down. Don't get too wrapped up in all these things that people are trying to tell you. It's already confusing enough. The fitness industry is very saturated with a lot of people just spitting out false information, their own opinions on things. It is a science. That's why I'm getting my degree in exercise science. So it is confusing. It is something that we're continually learning. So it's okay if you're feeling a little confused, but don't let it weigh you down so much that you're starting to doubt everything that you're doing. Just focus on you, get it done, and you'll be good. I'm going to be including a downloadable below. If it's not there, you can go ahead and email me at brittneymeyersfit@gmail.com and I can send it to you. It's a downloadable to help you get everything set up that we talked about. It's going to have a lot of helpful info. It can have some stuff that you print out so that you can do your daily to-do lists. You can figure out how to stay consistent with everything. You can track how consistent you're being. Or if you just want to get into coaching, you can also email me or you can contact me and let me know, and we can do some one-on-one personal training to make this a lot less confusing. My next video is going to be how to get started in weight loss and everything you need to know with it. Comment any questions or comments that you have below. Any other future videos that you would like to see, I'd love to hear your input. Until then, if you like this video, if you found it helpful, please like, please subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video.